What's a wizarding hot take y'all got? I think fireball casters need to lower the tone.
Water magic is for apprentices. A real wizard doesn't use it.
It's really convenient though, but I get it. A wimpy splash of water isn't gonna do jack in a duel.
Convenience has left wizards as shroom addicts.
I think gravity spells should be considered as dark arts. They need regulation.
Report them to the Council of the Grand Wizards immediately. Any wizard not wearing a cloak is false. This new generation of spellcasters need to cover their shoulders.
Wizards should wash their cloaks more often.
Modern wizards of the new generation are spending entirely too much time in their orbs. A tome or scroll of invocation would do them some good.
A librarian racially profiled me, said that someone of my ilk could never grasp a tome so high level.
Wizards should not consort with goblins of any kind. Hateful creatures have no place in a peaceful realm.
What of goblin house servants? The ones you keep docile with a binding seal.
I tell you that they are the most foul. The humble horse servant is a role reserved for hobbits. For hobbits. Can a goblin be trusted to know which weed is the best for smoking? Can they be trusted not to steal from their pantries? Nay, they must be done with. Fuck! Damn it!
That's what the binding seal is for. The goblins have bigger muscles and duller minds. Better suited for hard labor. Also, I would never place a binding seal on a hobbit.
Is the house servant a role of hard labor? Surely the greatest of house servants are those of a gentler touch.
Someone has to do the hard stuff. Maybe you wouldn't understand. Poor wizards have little need for such things.
A wealthy wizard is a wizard unused to the laborious walk of life. He who requires others to accomplish hard work has neither the will to survive nor the strength of a true wizard. They are merely playing with staffs and recanting nothings.
Well, I can't be there for the hard labor because I'm busy creating new spells. I'm not above the labor. I'm just letting those with an affinity for it do as they will.
If spells were all there was to a wizard, then any common man whom's used even one could be a wizard. Being a wizard is not just the spells, it is the strife. It is the battle waged against eternal darkness, legacy, tradition. That is what makes a wizard.
Spoken without the knowledge of the spells I've crafted. You wax philosophically about what being a wizard means. I do it. I make the spells and cast them. Those which keep back the dark and those which aid in normal life. I bring light to the new generation so they may follow in our footsteps. You would have the magic forgotten and call yourself humble to loose yourself of the guilt.
And your spells would be all that is left. Just the power to accomplish great deeds, but never the drive for them. Magic is potent, it is life and death, and the perilous pursuit of it has left many a wizard insane. There's a reason that we've confined our abilities, and it is so that we may be protected. Rampant experimentation will lead to tragedy, the likes of which even Grand Wizard Larithian II would have been befuddled at.
You assume again what I do. I've told you nothing more than my work. I only record and keep the stablest of spells, and make sure they are achievable to as many as possible. You are still waxing, but you darken my counsel with words without knowledge.
500-year-old elven mage versus 500-year-old human wizard. Who would win? Life force siphoning from bacteria while using bleach is low-key an underrated immortality method.
They don't understand how to connect symbols to wording anymore.
Not a hot take, because this is a fact that the wizarding world needs to know this!
Physical magic media is making a comeback. I saw an apprentice buy a book of Eldritch signs recently. He could have found the signs in his orb if he wanted to, but it was the principle, and I like that.
They walk around with all these curses because they refuse to accept that symbols have been used for centuries to ward them off. They say, well, it can be harmful if there are no curses around, which I say is fair, but then you just have curses around which are much worse. I got magic circles all up in my house because I don't have time for curses. Do people even realize the magic they use is a reflection of who they are as a person? I'm I'm no New Age spiritualist, but people think that any type of magic can just be learned. I mean, like, yeah, but what really defines you as a wizard isn't learning and creating the biggest or strongest or more useful spells. Being a wizard is reflecting who you are and what niche you could fill in the world. It is also a reflection of the goodness of the High One who gave us this gift in the first place.
An actual hot take is that we need to stop mass-producing tomes and go back to single-spell dedicated grimoires. People don't know that tome spells are basically just renting a more powerful mage's magic, not actually owning the ability.
Your tome is a license to stream spells directly into your staff that can be revoked by magic associations at any time.
True. People don't take the time to appreciate or put passion to what a spell is and does individually. I suppose our beliefs differ here.
Magic associations lobbied the King's Court to pass copyright laws against spells. Why else do you think Fireball is so unmodified in the last 2,000 years?
People are so worried about the legalities. Snails! Boy! Snails are used for possessions. Wizards never worry about what the law says about magic. Their whole thing is understanding and cultivating the life magic can offer. We can't turn magic into a system because then it becomes controllable. We've let them benefit off of the gift we have been given. Yes, there are safety issues, but maybe I'm just romanticizing the era before the systematic changes. I don't know. I wish we could go back to not being separated from magic the way we are now. It's a relationship, not a contract.
This is true, and I agree with this, but when the RSS, the real sanction of sorcery, can label any new spell as dark arts and throw you in prison, even if it's objectively not dark arts, it becomes super easy for corruption to creep in and make magic a highly restricted field of study.
Could you possess a snail?
I agree. I guess my issue is that there's nothing we can do about it. Magic has become widespread and common knowledge. Anyone can learn and create, so there must be laws in place to keep the peace.
We need magic control.
Maybe. Just maybe.
We do not! That's the problem!
I saw a headline on the UR where a troubled brat had a fully automatic spellcaster and turned the whole school into scorched ruins. Isn't that concerning?
Abolish the RSS!
Using man-made tools goes against the nature of magic. Control over magic was never the goal.
Well, when it's not spells, it's cantrips. And when it's not cantrips, it's blades. Violence can't be solved, but it can be mitigated.
Yes, I agree. It was oh, oops.
It was connecting with reality as a whole.
I fear for my apprentice. How could he live in such a cruel mechanical world?
The world is becoming more and more automatic. Magic's becoming systemized for the benefit of finance and laziness. I will forever stand on the fact that magic is a language gifted to us for us purpose of being in communion with the universe and all its mysteries.
Keep in mind that that region was under the jurisdiction of a lord who was very heavy on spell control laws. Makes you wonder.
Teach your apprentices the nature of magic, not the nurture.
Acquired them illegally. Wow. Dark mages break the law, and law-abiding wizards had nothing comparable to defend themselves with.
Well, what's the plan then? We will never solve this problem. How can we?
Lizard.
There are no dukes, earls, or kings that can solve this.
Rare deeop sighting.
So rare, I don't even believe I've ever seen deeop. So rare, I don't believe I've ever seen deeop. So rare.